Well, the reason this MGF is here is it failed its MOT. I bought it in as an MOT failure on the lower wishbones. Now, as you can see, they've been welded up, and the MOT men don't like welded wishbones, and it's also gained another hole since, so we're going to swap out the wishbones. The other one has been welded in the past as well, but it's not that bad. But while we're here, we'll change the both of them. As I say, I've bought this in as a MOT failure, so it was literally just going to get it for an MOT and just sell it out with a day's money on, just to get it gone. To get the wishbones out, you've got to drop the subframe, because the wishbone bolts up there, and as you can see, it's trapped in there. So I've loosened it all off ready. You've got under the steering column, under the front mounts up here, there, and then obviously undo that. So we've got it ready. We're going to support it on the gearbox cradle, drop it down, change the wishbone, put it back up, and then loosen off the other side and do the same. So here we go.
Says morning mate, afternoon mate sir. He said I hope you're getting 2.5 hours of it. Well, I would love that. I've just got to hope someone else has the power up.
One side done. See, what we saw underneath was that one, and then the hole there, but also on the top it's gone there as well, so these were definitely past it. Today we're going to be pumping the suspension up. It's a little bit low, so it's going to raise it back up to its original ride height. I've got the suspension and the fluid, so I'll show you how to do that. We're also going to be changing the exhaust. It's a little bit rough. We've got a good replacement, so we'll put it on before the buyer takes it. It is provisionally sold. I've taken a deposit on it, so as long as the buyer's happy once we've done the work, it'll be off to maybe sunnier climes. Right, let's get the suspension done. So first things first is you need to remove the plastic cover that hides all the mechanical gubbins in the front bonnet. It's got a popper on one side or a screw, depending what people have done before, 2 10mm nuts and a couple of clips at the bottom. So I'll take that out now. So now with that off, we can get to the valves for where the suspension's pumped up. I'll quickly show you. So these valves here, just like tyre valves. So you undo the caps, obviously, like you do with a tyre, and attach the pump, which I'll do now. Okay, so here's the pump. It's just one that come off eBay, nice and cheap, about 80 quid or so. Probably get them for less, but this was about 2 years ago. The fluid it takes is hydro suspension fluid. It's like a greeny, alien looking fluid. Now, there is a pressure that they recommend, but there's also a height. We're going to go for the height, and it is from the centre of the wheel to the bottom of the front arch, and it's between 360 and 370. You get sometimes 360, 365, 368, 370. So we're going to go in the middle at 365, bring it up. It's currently at 330, so it needs to come up 30 odd mil. Pour some fluid in here. As you can see, it's nice and green. And I'll connect it on this side first. That's on. Got a little nip with an 18mm spanner. There we go. Right. So now we wind the T-piece in, and that opens the valve. There we go. Right. So the pressure we've got in there is 250 psi. So if we wanted to let the fluid out, we'd release this little valve here, and that would let the fluid in. But obviously we want to put fluid into the system, so we leave it shut and just pump. Hopefully you can see that going up. Let's give that a quick measure. So we're up to 350. And obviously we've got to do the other side as well. So once the other side comes up, it probably drop this side a little bit. So we'll go probably up to 370 on this side, do the other side, and then we'll check both, and if we have to let a little bit out, so be it. It's not difficult. Right. Now we're at 365, so we'll just got a little tad more. We're at 380 now, so we'll disconnect this, do the other side, pump that up, and then we'll level them up afterwards. So again, that side's at 330, so we'll give that a good pump up. You can see it coming up already. $360, got a little touch more. And that's at 365, so that one's good. So you wind the T-piece out and close the valve, first of all. Then you release the pressure in the system, in the hose, and then you can unwind it off the valve. So we'll just measure the other side, see what we need to let down, if any. Yeah, it's now at 375, so we've got a little bit out of that one. Make sure this valve's closed. Wind the T-piece in to open this valve. Oh, and even just a little bit in the hose has dropped it already, so let's see. 370, so if we let a little bit out, open this valve. That's it. 367, let's just check this side. 367. There we go, so that's settled that up. So that's the suspension done. Next we'll move on to the exhaust. Okay, so we're going to have to take this one off on the floor because a couple of days ago the ramp packed up. So we're currently getting quotes for replacements. So now everything's done on the floor. So, as you can see, this one's had a hole that someone's patched up with some gum, but it's not very pretty. So we've got a replacement to go on. So we've got to undo the 2 nuts there that hold the hanger, and the 3 that hold it onto the downpipe. So we've lubed them up. So we'll get on and taking that off. It. One exhaust off. So the suspension's all pumped up. New back box is on. So it's ready for him to collect on Wednesday. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.